Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everyone. I have 60 minutes starting now. Welcome. It's so good to be with you here today. I see former colleagues. I see a former teacher from growing up in Orland. It's really special to be here on this wonderful fall morning in Chico. Hooray to the Chico. Or Bob Wills, the Texas Playboys, Western Swing. Bob Wills, one of the earliest members of the Country Music Hall of Fame and a very, very successful commercial artist. Morris would take his group down to Wills Point to perform and to act as a host, often in the absence of its namesake. And there he got to work with Lefty Frizzell, which was a great joy for Morris to talk about later. So now we're getting to the later 50s in the life and work of Morris Taylor, and his second son, first with Velma, Terry, is born. Who knows Terry Taylor? Local and regional icon, namely his public appearances and community events. Well, because of his work on weekly television, originally broadcast from the 4th and Wall Street's location until 1984, and then from the present facility until 1995. Morris was a familiar favorite at the Blue Gum in Willows. And yesterday, I had a chance to talk to a dear family friend, a person who was beloved on the west side in Orland, and she told me about going to dances at the Blue Gum in Hamilton City with her husband, and what fun it was. I'm fortunate. The Colusa County Historical Society has a journal, thank you Dr. Russell, and I've recently published an article in their current fall journal on the history of the Blue Gum. So go online, Colusa County Historical Society, if you're interested to learn more about the Blue Gum. Thanks again to Dr. Gene Russell, who is the editor of that fine publication of local history. Morris and his group would appear at the Palomino Room in Red Bluff. How many of us will remember seeing Morris Taylor at the Glenn County Fair? Paul Briggs, the wonderful manager, here he is. Sheb Woolley, the Hagers from Hee-Haw, Freddie Hart, and Morris Taylor. That's pretty good company. The Silver Dollar Fair at the Garden Way stage. Who saw Morris there? Yeah, and a longtime participant in the Silver Dollar Fair. Hooray, Silver Dollar Fair. Go Chico. Look at the talent that year. Ken Delo of the Welk Show and Lynn Anderson, country artist and also of the Welk Show. We got a great fair here in town. He's busy working. He's busy doing his on-air work. And he has time for one of his daughters to get married. And so hooray, Sherry Lynn Taylor gets married in 1975. He is a busy man. Unfortunately, Morris suffered an injury, an automobile accident in 1980. On his way home on 99, he was hit by another motorist, taken to Orville Medical, then transferred to the community hospital where he is improving. Fortunately, it meant he couldn't. Cottonwood and Craig Strode, who remembers Cottonwood? Yeah, they filled in. But don't worry, Morris was back very soon to the Silver Dollar Fair, pleasing fans. Public appearances, here's Chuck Patterson. Who knows Chuck Patterson? Yeah, my folks live in the neighborhood that his children used to live in as well. And so he would be making public appearances there at the anniversary. Here he is at the band shell, again at the Glenn County Fair. A promotion in Durham to have a grand opening for the Pratt School Marketplace. I like free balloons for the kids, hot dogs and RC Cola, okay. But the KHSL Cowgirls, I don't know how that would go over in 2024. Live broadcasts, Morris out talking to the people, including at the North Valley Plaza. The Morris Taylor Band in 1981 will perform on the center stage doing a live remote broadcast. Who remembers the inflatable KHSL country icon? Absolutely. And there's center court and there's Morris down in front. Would appear in many parades, including our great Pioneer parades, Pioneer Day, and there is Morris Taylor on behalf of the station. He also would do a benefit for KIXE PBS, a wonderful thing in 1988. Let's get down now to the Morris Taylor Show. 1956 started original production, concluded in 1995. According to Morris, there are over 600 original episodes that were made. We mentioned again, originally broadcast from here in downtown Chico, and then it moved in 1984 to the present location out north on Silver Bell Road. The format, live music. There's Charlie Robinson. And there's Ray Hecox, part of that early group. Let's look at the local listings according to the ER in 1958. Saturday, 5:30, Morris Taylor. 1957, Monday, 10:45 for 15 minutes. These are the days of live TV. 1971, 1973. There's Morris Taylor at 4:30. Here he is in 73. He's now at 2:30. So moving around quite a bit. 1974. Here he is at 5 p.m., right at the same time as wrestling. Morris's program would also be on Sunday. It could be another day to catch that. Here he is at the same time as Forgotten City of the Planet of the Apes. Tough Decision, May of 1982. These are some of the shows that appeared before or directly after the time slot of the Morris Taylor Show during its run on KHSL TV. The Morris Taylor Show, weekly, live music and recorded, often 15 minutes early and then later 30 minutes, sometimes even 60 minutes, and it was a showcase for local talent. These are photographs supplied by Morris. We can see Charlie Robinson there. Here he is with that Kodachrome green screen behind him to put up a number of images. A lot of those images, he said, were taken from old calendars. He pulled pages off and put them up. Here's Morris. This is presently the studio where the news is broadcast each night. It's the other end from where the anchors sit out on Silverboro Road. Diamond W Western Wear, still a wonderful place in Chico. They provided the wear and the attire and, of course, Touch of Class decorated the set. Who remembers Touch of Class on Esplanade? They had the big sleigh with the outdoor Santa Claus, oftentimes during their years growing up. So the Morris Taylor Show, known for its art as well as its music, and Morris's wife, late Velma Taylor, ran the teleprompter. She and Morris met in a social group, but she also was doing on-air work for him at the radio. Who knew Velma Taylor? We are sorry for that family's loss. She would also help out with decorating of the sets, an Easter theme. And Morris's oldest boy, Steve, appeared also on the show as a musician. Steve sadly passed away in 2009. Morris had to experience the loss of a child. Unthinkable. Who knew Steve Taylor? His two, oh great, all right, thank you Dave. His two children have a lot of gratitude for their family. Morris, we're sorry you had to go through that pain. Rosie Mello, who remembers Rosie Mello, female vocalist on the Morris Taylor Show? I got to work with Rosie for many years in the fabulous Swing Kings under Bernie Farmer. She was our vocalist, a real pro. Promoter of local talent, Lisa Clydesdale sang on the Morris Taylor Show. Jackie Lesser. Yvonne Ambrose, Judy Darren, great jazz drummer Lou Langworthy also appeared, along with guitarist Charlie Robinson. Who remembers Sarah and Danny Overholt? Yeah. They're amazing. Danny Overholt, this is 1989, the Chico ER. The 9th grader at Chico Junior High School is already a 4-year veteran of the Chico Symphony in the first violin section and has made many appearances on the show. Today, Dr. Dan Overholt is a music professor in Denmark, and he is developing some new stringed instruments. Oh, but his sister, Dr. Sarah Overholt, degrees from UC Santa Barbara, Yale University, and Chico State, is a former Fulbright scholar. So hooray Morris Taylor for showcasing these young kids who have gone on to do some really neat things. Who remembers Jennifer Montalvo, a young person vocalist from Sacramento? She had some additional corporate support from the person on the right. Who is that? And she made it to Nashville. There's a great photo of her with Garth Brooks. That's Benny Brown. Benny Brown was a big supporter of the Morris Taylor Show. Here he is with Jason Aldean. I visited Benny in Nashville 4 years ago. We know him here in the North State as an auto dealer. So promoter of local talent. The Morris Taylor Show, its format began with an opening and an intro. A nice little riff, featured some nice guitar picking, and a chance to meet the musicians.
Howdy everybody, and welcome to the Morris Taylor Show.
Ray Heacock, space.
Your entertainment is Ray Heacock. Charlie Robinson. Ari Gessel.
Now here he is, the man with music, Morris Taylor.
Looking at a frog eating up my fish bait, sitting on the bank of the riverside. Took a little drink from a jug of moonshine, didn't have a chaser and almost died. Thinking about work on Monday morning, I never can wait till quitting time, just to get down to the water and raise my fishing line. Well, I'm countrified, I like the chicken fried.
The people outside are missing this. This is the place to be in Chico right now. So from the intro, who remembers that little intro? Yeah, then it would go into the songs, which would feature the cast, including the musicians such as Mark Pacheco, Mark Allstad, who's Director of Transportation for Chico Unified School District, Bill Teague, and Steve Valin, who is still active with Big Mo. Steve retired from Whitmire in the Parts Department recently. We also would hear from the singers, Rosie Mello. Who's that on the right? That's Ron Palmer. And the featured musicians such as Charlie Robinson, and here is Bill Teague on the keyboard. Sometimes special guests, including this group from Chico, the 8th Avenue String Band in 1984. Who is that? That is Sourdough Slim. Yeah, good job. Go Chico. So Sourdough Slim once made his way through the Morris Taylor Show. So we've got music and song and instrumental and vocalist. I think I'm missing something. What else defined and distinguished the Morris Taylor Show? The jokes, go Oroville. Thank you so much. The jokes, which Morris, according to colleague Linda Watkins Bennett, often got from Reader's Digest books. Here we go, folks. This is the payoff. This is why you came this morning. Not so much the donuts, and they're good too.
Very fine, thank you, Ron. Did you hear about the dentist that married a manicurist? They've been fighting tooth and nail ever since. Ah, that's pretty, that's pretty. I got a question. Did you hear about the fellow that joined the ladies' jogging club because he always wanted to run around with women? Beautiful song by Jenny West, finally. Hey, I got a question. What did the robot say when somebody pulled his power plug? You what? AC come, AC go. You know, inflation changes everything. For example, nowadays a TV dinner, that's when you hawk the TV to buy the dinner. That's right. I agree some. Take back, it's over. I gotta tell you, I bought one of those economy cars. You know what? Now I can't find economy gasoline. I suppose you've heard the proverbial story about people who never seem to make up their mind. Lady said her husband is so undecided, the only thing he'll stand on is the bathroom scale. I think we're always looking for a better way. In fact, I kind of feel like the guy that said, if I get any more credit cards, pretty soon I'm going to have a complete deck. I like those swing song streets, you bet. You know one great thing about a car phone? If you get caught in a traffic jam, you can have a pizza delivered. Pretty song. Thank you, Mike. Pretty song. They say dogs would make good chiropractors because they know where all the bones are. You know, a while ago we were talking about dogs and bones and things. Did you know that they've got a dog food out now? It's called Mailman's Leg. And do you know that they've got a dog food that dogs can ask for? It's called art. And did you hear about the dog that went to the flea circus and stole the show? And by the way, my last question. Do you know what goes mark, mark, mark? Hairless dog.
Morris also would be selling ads to fund his show, and he also would produce many of the commercials. Here's a sample of Morris Taylor commercials during the Morris Taylor Show.
Painless Furniture
Supply has expanded. Now there's a Payless Building Supply in Corning at 3072 Avenue, just off South Avenue near OCI. Shop the big grand opening specials at both Payless stores. Thrifty 1x12-inch dog-eared cedar fence package, 8-foot section, $1.29 a linear foot, rails, nails, boards, and posts. Premium 1x12-inch cedar fence package, 8 feet long, $2.89 a linear foot. Other sizes of fences are on sale, including premium redwood fence packages at $2.89 a linear foot. Thompson, well-known chef and restaurant owner in the North Valley for years, invites you to dine at the Smarty in Red Bluff. You'll enjoy the beautiful dining area, great food, and very reasonable prices. Lunch Monday through Saturday, just $4.49, seniors $3.49, and served from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Dinner Monday through Saturday, 4 to 8 p.m., and Sunday 12 to 8 p.m. Dinner is just $4.99, seniors $4.49. All you care to eat too, plus special low prices for kids. Great food, great variety, low prices for all the family at the Smarty, 925 Walnut in Red Bluff. You're invited to shop the all-new Charlie Robinson Music Store, corner of Shasta and the Esplanade in Chico. Well stocked with the kind of items musicians like best.
And the closing and the finale to the Morris Taylor Show. What was the signature, consistent ending to the show?
High Sierra.
High Sierra.
Well, friends, I think it's time to go. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and please join us next time. We'll be looking for you. High Sierra, skies are blue, whispering pines remind me of you, walking together over meadows green, we pledged our love by a rippling stream. I can see the sunlight shining on her golden hair, and hear the words she told me as we were standing there. High Sierra, calling me home to my loved one.
I have 15 minutes remain in the presentation. Part 4, Taylor and local culture. Who remembers Tell It to the ER in the Chico Enterprise record? Well, let's see how Morris Taylor appears. In 1986, Morris is great. Good morning, everybody. I think you have a beautiful paper. Now I'm calling in for Morris Taylor, who I met one day. I went over to the station. He treated me awful nice, and he gave me a picture of himself and a paper where he sang different places. I think he's just absolutely great. And at the end, God bless yous all, and tell Morris Taylor the same to him. Thank you. November of '86. This is in response to the intelligent person that likes to watch Hee Haw and thinks that the Morris Taylor Show has no talent. Sorry. They ought to watch the Morris Taylor Show more often. Some of the local people here have an extreme amount of talent, especially like Yvonne Ambrose, who lives on Nord Avenue in Chico today. This is from 1988. Say it off the record. This one's interesting. Give women a thrill, Dean. My comment is about Wendy Atherton, who was on the news team, singing on the Morris Taylor Show. Well, that may have turned some people on like the men, but why not give the ladies a chance out here? We'd like to hear Dean Reeder from the news team sing on the Morris Taylor Show. I think what is fair for one is fair for the other. Again, this was not published in 2024. August of 1989. No more Morris. My answer to the person who asked if anyone watched the Morris Taylor Show, I used to watch it up until about a month ago. Now I won't watch it anymore. The show seems to have fallen apart completely since the singer named Judy left. No more for me. Again, '89. The Morris Taylor Show. I wish Morris would have more Ron Palmer on the show. I love his singing. Well, Morris is highly visible, authentic. What you see is what you get. His work ethic and his love for the people. Being broadcast weekly for so many years, decades, over multiple generations of familiarity. And here's Morris at the Gold Nugget days, I believe. Well known throughout Butte County, Colusa County, Tehama County, Glenn County, and the like. Morris was honored August 27, 1987 with the California Legislature resolution. In that resolution, honors him multi-talented artist, moved to Orville from Oklahoma, served in the United States Air Force, the Army Air Force, and in the late 40s he worked for KDAN, Morris Taylor and the Singing Rangers, who we heard, and in 1953 started to move with the Sierra Melody Gang and continued toward television. I think it's important to lift up how much money Morris made for our local media. Very, very trusted among his advertisers, and he had a work ethic that would not quit. He brought in a lot of revenue. He retired in 2013 at the age of 89, a testament to his work ethic. And he was honored with this belt buckle, this beautiful belt buckle, which celebrates KPAY, KHSL The Blaze, KDAN, among others, celebrating 67 years of media service, 46 to 2012. A huge advocate for Morris Taylor is Dino Corbin, now retired, who served us so well in local media in the 20th and early 21st century. Morris gave me this. This is a playlist from 2011. He likes George Jones and Ray Price, Conway Twitty in particular, on that particular show. As I mentioned, I was very fortunate to sit with Morris, and I organized a reunion event. We brought back former members of his band for a birthday celebration in 2013, and we also had a number of area school children send in some birthday cards for Morris. We hope that they're added to his day. As I close here, I want to just highlight some of the music recordings, ways that you and I and Chico and beyond can still enjoy and access this music. First is to go on YouTube, type in Morris Taylor, and we'll access not only some of the shows that have been uploaded, but also some of the early recordings. Morris put out a series of compact discs, some CDs between 2003, 2005. Who has one? All right, thank you. They're great. There are some that are available on Amazon as well as streaming if you want to stream digitally some of that music. eBay, number 3, is a place one can find $15 for an unused brand new CD. It's a pretty good price. But also one might find the KHSL Country vinyl LP record from 1981, which includes a lot of local artists, including the recording of High Sierra.
Who headed one of the longest running locally produced television
January 2018.
At 93 years old. After News Now reporter Haley Skate takes a look back at Morris Taylor's life and legacy.
He wasn't phony, he was real. When you met Morris Taylor, you got the real Morris Taylor. Then he had a legacy here. I mean, he started here in the 40s. With his band, the Singing Rangers.
Few people spend most of their lives in the public eye, and Morris Taylor did it with a style that was all his own, starting in the 40s with a weekly radio spot on KDAN in Orville. Whether it was radio, television, and then back to radio again, Taylor spent nearly 70 years on the airwaves in Butte County. The decorated Army veteran who served in World War II soon became a household name in Butte County, scoring his own country music show on KHSL in the 50s that ran for more than 40 years.
Part of the allure of the TV show was that it was so real. Sometimes it was hokey, sometimes it was funky, sometimes it was, you just tuned in because it was amazing.
Morris was like a little Gestapo on the show. Even the camera guys, man, got a kick out of it.
Some of his songs, like High Sierra, to this day, could probably be re-recorded with a major artist and make the chart.
So I had to ask, is there anything that might surprise us about this man who spent his life as a public figure?
He was just always taking care of business, taking care of his clients, taking care of his listeners, taking care of the people around him.
You go to his house, he actually has some decent jokes.
But some say those corny jokes were a big part of what made Taylor so lovable.
They say dogs can make good chiropractors because they know where all the bones are.
That was the really great voice. This was just the best. That was the worst jokes in the world.
In Chico, in this game, Action News Now.
Morris Taylor would be handled at end of life with great care by Newton Bracewell, another well-known Chico landmark. Unfortunately, his wife predeceased him, and his oldest son, survived by 5 children, great-grandchildren, and grandchildren as well. January 8, 2018, a full circle. The passing of Morris Taylor is acknowledged in the United States Congress by Representative Doug LaMalfa, Republican of California in this district.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the gentleman from Florida for yielding me some of his time as well. I appreciate it. You know, Mr. Speaker, tonight it's with great sadness that I rise to honor, to pay tribute to a man who passed recently in the North State, an icon, Morris Taylor, passed last week at the age of 93. He's a cowboy singer and a local legend.
That is available online if you wish to see it. Morris was laid to rest alongside his wife here in Chico at the Glen Oaks Memorial Park. And to conclude, the significance of this person, part of why you and I love Chico and why this community is so special to us. It's more than home. And it's so good to see you here, to be here today as we remember this part of our culture. Morris Taylor, a local icon. Back when radio and television, how many channels were there growing up? 1, 2, or 3, and as Jeff Foxworthy said, if the president was on, your night was shot. I remember growing up on Road 20 in Orland, Mom and Dad, a wonderful safe home for us, and on the weekend sometimes turning on Morris Taylor because that's what was on. An account executive who really helped local businesses, a lot of respect and reputation for his ethics. A talent scout and employer. We mentioned a couple who have gone on internationally and are doing great work to help other students. Regional familiarity. This is not just ours in Chico, but we share that across the North State and beyond. Morris was broadcast in Oregon and Nevada, as far as into Wyoming with his television show. And yes, international. Yes, international. I mentioned the great interest right now in early, mid-20th century, pre-World War II hillbilly music. And these recordings, these 45 RPMs that are now of great interest to enthusiasts beyond. And I would argue he is distinctly Chico. He was a resident, he paid taxes here, he and his wife raised their children here, their children went to local schools, and Morris lived among us. So, like someone else who is distinctly Chico and making great contributions to the world, I think we might add Morris Taylor into that consideration as well. At least this historian does. 2011, his former colleague Linda Watson-Bennett honored Morris with You Know You're From Chico Win, a Lifetime Chico Icon Award given here downtown at the park. Well, it wouldn't be fitting in true Morris Taylor style if we didn't end our presentation today. Let's sing. I invite you to sit up good and tall in your place. Let's go out. Are you ready? Here we go with High Sierra. High Sierra, skies are blue, whispering pines remind me of you. Walking together over meadows green, we pledged our love by a rippling stream. I can see the sunlight shining on her golden hair. Hear the words she told me as we were standing there. High Sierra, calling me home to my true love, who's waiting alone. I can see the sunlight shining on her golden hair and hear the words she told me as we were standing there. High Sierra, calling me home to my true love is waiting alone. I can see her sunlight shining on her golden hair and hear the words she told me as we were standing there. High Sierra, well done. Great singing, Chico. It's been such a joy to be with you today. I've got 1 minute and 23 seconds. A hearty thank you to the Chico History Museum, the work you do all year round, and the hospitality and organization today. Thank you to Dave Nopel, our host for today. And a reminder to please go online, check out the events coming up Saturday the 23rd of this month, same time, 10 a.m. in this place. And that's the week before Thanksgiving. So if you're in Chico for Thanksgiving, kind of come early to the museum. And then please note the first Saturday in December on the 7th, 10 a.m. in this room, Dave will be guiding us through Anna Marks. I would like to say thank you. It is such a joy to be with you today, to see people that I've met new today, those that I've recognized before, those who have been so helpful in my formation, former neighbor Barbara, master educator Susan Squires McNally here in Chico, retired after a great distinction of a career on the west side, and Scott Matthews of the great Matthews family in Chico. This is why this place matters so much, and it's such a good joy. Please reach out via email. I'm going to stay afterward if you have any input, suggestions, or questions. There's plenty of hospitality that remains. I've got 17 seconds. Thank you.